Hello, I'm Ollie and this is CriminOlly, where I talk about crime, pulp, horror, that kind of thing. Today, Amazon are changing the way that you can access your Kindle books, and I think you need to be aware of that. So a few people have pointed this out to me in the comments. It's something that comes into effect from the 26th of February, so in about 10 days' time. And I think it's something that people who own a lot of Kindle books should be aware of. It feels like, on the face of it, it almost seems like quite an insignificant change, but I think it's actually quite important. So I wanted to talk through in this video what it is. This isn't something I think that Amazon have formally announced, but people have picked up on it and it's been reported on websites like The Verge and goodereader.com. So the change is this. At the moment, as of today, you can go onto the Amazon website, you can go into manage your content and devices, and you can download any Kindle books that you've bought onto your PC or Mac or whatever type of computer you use. You can just download them. So you can back them up. You can have an offline copy of them off of your Kindles, out the Amazon ecosystem. You can keep them safe, and they are safe there, and Amazon can't touch them once you've downloaded them. What Amazon are doing is removing the ability to do that. So the only way you will be able to access your Kindle books in the future will be on Amazon devices, will be on Kindle devices. So you can still go into that web page and choose to send Kindle books to a particular Kindle that you've got, but you won't be able to download the books onto your PC. So why is this important? You're still going to have access to your books. I think it's important though for a few different reasons. So one is there is this kind of creeping movement, if you like, in technology of us becoming less and less owners of the things that we have bought, the digital content we have bought. There's a big move, and clearly has been for a while, towards subscription type services like Spotify, which I think are fine. I completely get the deal with Spotify. With Spotify, I know that I am paying a monthly fee and I don't own any of the music that I listen to. But when I buy a Kindle book from Amazon, I expect to own that book, and Amazon are gradually removing the ways in which I own that book. And I think taking away my ability to download the book onto a computer is one way that they are kind of eroding my ownership of the book, if that makes sense. So I think it's important. I think this is something we should be able to do. I've paid good money. I've spent thousands of pounds on Kindle books over the years. And I did go through the exercise a while ago of downloading all of them onto my PC. So I had a backup of them. I have done that already. It is a time-consuming process. It takes a long time to do it because you have to do it book by book. But I really do think it's worth investing the time in doing, especially if you have a big Kindle library. Now, there have been instances in the past, not many, but there have been some, where Kindle books have been removed from the Kindle store, and people who bought those books have found that the books were removed from their Kindles, from their devices. So despite the fact they'd bought the book, Amazon took it away from them. Now, they did give people refunds in those cases. I think in most of the cases it was because there was some sort of copyright infringement going on. So it kind of makes sense. But it shows how you as a consumer are not really in control of that relationship with the retailer. They basically hold all the cards. They've got the power. They can remove your purchases from you. There have also been instances where books have been re-edited, so publishers have decided that there may be things in the books that they didn't feel were particularly current anymore in terms of opinions and things like that, and they have changed the content subtly of books, and those books have been automatically downloaded to people's Kindles. So people have lost the version of the book that they bought and ended up with a different version. The other thing, which isn't really called out in any of the articles that discuss this, but which I think is important, and I do wonder if this is one of the reasons why Amazon have done this, is the fact that it completely ties you in to Amazon. So if I hadn't already downloaded all of my Kindle books, I would definitely be doing it now, because the implication of not doing it is that after February the 26th, if I delete my Amazon account for some reason, I will lose access to all of those Kindle books. All of those books that I spent good money on, I will no longer be able to access and read. And that feels like a strange relationship for you as a consumer to have with a retailer. The fact you have to maintain your relationship with that retailer in order to continue enjoying your purchases. And I'm really, really not comfortable with that. I've made videos in the past about how I've broken away from the Kindle ecosystem. And this move by Amazon makes me even more pleased that I have done that. It feels like something where they have gone out of their way to remove this right from consumers. I suspect this wasn't a service that Amazon had to invest a huge amount of resource in to keep going, to keep it running, to keep consumers having that ability to download their books. They've gone out of their way, they've made a conscious decision, and they've gone out of their way to remove that ability from people. And I can't think of a good reason from a consumer perspective why they would have done that. So should you want to grab your Kindle books so you properly own them before the 26th of February, this is the way to do it. So go to manage your content and devices on the Amazon webpage, find your books, and on each book, and you do have to do it individually, unfortunately, click on more actions and then download and transfer via USB, and that will download the book onto your hard drive. Now, obviously, it's completely up to you whether you choose to do this or not. You may be completely comfortable with not being able to do it in the future, but I did think it was important that people were aware that it is currently an option, but will only be an option for another few days. Do let me know what you think of this in the comments. Do you think it's Amazon overreaching their power a little bit? I certainly think it feels like that. Anyway, I will leave it there and say, as always, thanks very much for watching. Hope you're safe and well out there. Hope you're reading good stuff, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Cheerio.